hold on. Yeah, we're good.
Oh, am I starting over?
Yes.
It's live, people. Anything can happen. Okay, hello, I'm Wanda Mann. I'm the Black Dress Traveler. Today I'm wearing festive holiday red, and I'm so excited to be here with Mary Beth Bentwood, who's the Executive Director of Wines of Chile.
Yes.
Thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you for asking us to come.
Wines, I mean, Chilean wines are so exciting to me. Such diversity, such beautifully crafted wines, and such great value.
I couldn't agree with you more, and I think the reason why Chilean wines are such a great fit for the U.S. is that Chile makes all the varietals that Americans know and love.
So true.
So Chardonnay, Cabernet, Pinot Noir, Sauvignon Blanc, Carignan, which is a little more exotic, but still known, and then a couple of more really exotic things like Pais.
Wonderful.
So, and the price to quality ratio, I think, is one of the best out of any country.
Your dollar goes so far, and I've just never really been disappointed with the Chilean wine.
It's also
really
a great place to visit.
I haven't been there yet, but my taste buds, I feel like I've been there. I've had so many beautiful Chilean wines this year, and I agree they're a perfect fit for any holiday table,
right?
Whatever you're serving. I think
there's
a wine that works.
There's such diversity. So I think from a price standpoint, you can find something at every price range. And from a style, you can find something, if you're going to do like spicy things or, you know, more traditional, there's just really something for every palate and wallet.
And what's great about the country, you kind of have this mix of winemakers that have been making wine at least since the 1800s. And then you have these new modern winemakers. So it's really an exciting time. You have this mix of modern and traditional, and there seems to be a lot of wonderful things happening in the Chilean winemaking scene.
I think this idea of New World and Old World is ironic because there are vines in Chile that, you know, are incredibly old and absolutely go back to 1800s. And when you look at the Chilean wine industry, it started when the Spanish conquistadors came over and they started making church wines, which with the mission grape. And phylloxera, that louse that destroyed the vineyards in France and Europe, never came to Chile. So the kind of DNA that's there and the vines that are there are actually some of the oldest.
It's pretty extraordinary.
So really rich heritage there.
Wonderful.
And these winemakers, because they're in the southern hemisphere, they can work 2 vintages. So they can do their harvest in the spring, which is, you know, usually ours in the fall, and then they can come here and they can do ours in the fall. So they also get, you know, incredible amount of winemaking experience.
That's true. Many of the winemakers I've met have worked in the U.S. and I've worked in Europe, and really bring that talent and that know-how to making their Chilean wines. And so what are we going to start with?
Okay, so we're going to start with sparkling, which is how we always start.
It's not a party without sparkling.
I love the sound of that pop, but we wanted to avoid any technical challenges.
Yes, so me getting hit in the head with the cork.
So this is Miguel Torres, and this is the Estilado Sparkling Rosé, which is made from Pais, which is the mission grape. And this is a unique wine. There's no other sparkling Pais in the world. And this is from the Central Valley.
Oh, look at that color.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It's beautiful. Now, I'm guessing Pais is a grape or mission that many people are not familiar with.
They're not.
So what can you tell us about Pais?
So it's also, you know, one of California's oldest grapes. And it was traditionally used in church wines. And it really, I would say, went fallow. There was not a lot of interest in it for fine wines. And Miguel Torres single-handedly revitalized the interest in Pais in Chile with these old vines. And not only are you going to discover that this is a beautiful tasting wine, that it's a great party wine, it's going to pair a lot, like, well with cheeses and a charcuterie, but it's also fair trade. So you're also supporting really good business practices when you buy this. So cheers.
Cheers to you.
And cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
Hope your holiday season is starting this week.
Well, the aromas are coming out of the glass extraordinary. I wish you could smell this. We don't have smell-o-vision, but
I know.
It's really, really beautiful.
The other thing that's kind of interesting, I would say, is that I love to serve sparkling wine in a big wine glass. Even though those flutes are really beautiful, I just, I like to get more aromas, and I enjoy the wine more. I think it tastes better in a bigger glass. It's not about trying to drink more, I promise.
Oh, wow. Really crisp and refreshing, and
right?
getting
Great
a little bit
mouthfeel.
Lovely texture, beautiful fruit.
great appetizer wine too, right?
absolutely.
Like you really start to see how well this could pair with things. It's super food friendly, and a great balance of flavors, I think.
It's lovely. And because it's made in a traditional champagne method, you're getting some of those nice kind of yeasty notes that you love in a champagne.
And it's aged on the lees.
So it's really, really, and what's the price on this?
It's about $20.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
And what a great gift. I mean, if you know someone who loves sparkling wine, chances are they probably have not had a sparkling pais.
Yeah.
This is the only sparkling pais that exists.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful gift for the person who loves sparkling that you think has had everything. Chances are they have not had this.
So I agree with you 100%. I think often when we're gifting wines, you know, people start thinking, oh, I have to spend a lot of money. I really have to impress them. And I always think if you want to give a gift of wine to someone who loves wine, don't spend, you know, don't buy the most expensive wine. Buy something that they haven't had before, because wine people love knowledge. They want to know, they want to discover a new producer, a new region, a new varietal. That's far more interesting than buying the most expensive bottle of wine.
I always call it getting behind the label, you know, knowing the story. So there's such a beautiful story here with the fair trade,
right?
This really special grape. I think it's fabulous, and I could drink this all day.
I know, I know,
It's really great.
Like with little goat cheese tartlets.
Lovely. But what a lovely way to greet your guests as they're arriving. I mean, just this color is so beautiful for the holiday season.
And New Year's Eve, too.
It's a toast. Fabulous.
Okay, so would you like to try another one?
Yes, let's move on to the next one.
Okay. Oh, painful. Here we go. Now.
Tough job, but someone has to taste all these wines. The sacrifices we're making for you.
Okay. So this is a Santa Carolina Reserva de Familia Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
And this is all estate-grown fruit, predominantly from the Marie, which is in the north of Chile, and has a pretty dry climate. I'm just going to do a quick little rinse of my glass here.
One of the great things about Chardonnay, because it's grown everywhere, but it's a grape that really can express a sense of place.
Yeah.
So if you're only drinking California Chardonnays, I always encourage people to try a Chilean Chardonnay. It's going to be a very different experience. Yeah. Different but beautiful.
Yeah. And this is a pretty classic nose on a Chardonnay, all that baked apple fruit, and then you get a little bit of the creaminess from the aging. And it is aged in French oak.
It's very delicate. The oak isn't overwhelming. It's kind of enhancing it with a little bit of spice, a touch of vanilla, but it's not super buttery. I'm still getting a little bit of a tropical feeling coming through it.
So what would you eat this with? Or drink this with?
I mean, I could drink this by itself. I think this is also... But, you know, for example, a lot of people serve the Seven Fishes meal on Christmas Eve. I think this is a wonderful wine with seafood. Yeah. And also would work with a goat cheese appetizer or some type of quiche. But I think this is a lovely seafood wine. Yeah. Or if you're serving like a roast chicken, I think this is a beautiful wine to pair with that.
I also think if someone's like, oh, I only do Burgundy, try this, because I think there's a richness to it and a complexity that's going to be really appreciated by a wine enthusiast. And I think also, like, I could see a roasted chicken with the rosemary,
exactly,
and thyme, or like game, pheasant, if you're doing a turkey or something. Yes. Yeah, this is really yummy. And this you'll find for about $18.
Really great value.
This is, also I would say, when you go out and you look for some of these wines, if you don't see the Santa Carolina Chardonnay, but you see their Cabernet or you see their Sauvignon Blanc, try that. The producers that we're introducing you today, the Santa Carolina, the Miguel Torres, and then the one that's coming up, just across the board make really, really outstanding wines.
Absolutely.
That, are incredible in price and estate grown fruit. So very utmost high quality. And
you probably noticed at your local wine shop that the section for Chilean wines is expanding, and there's a reason for that, because people know that these are quality wines. Yes. So retailers are stocking these wines for a very good reason. So if you've been walking by the Chilean wine section, stop.
That's right.
And really explore it, because you can get so many different wines on a budget and just be blown away by the flavors and diversity.
And you'll find the varietals that you love there, So you'll see Pinot, you'll see Sauvignon Blanc, you'll see Cabernet, you'll see Merlot. We even do a little bit of Malbec, and then you'll see Carmenere, which we don't have today, but which is our really signature varietal. which is also a really beautiful
It's a
wine.
beautiful, beautiful wine.
Yeah.
We'll have to come back and do a Carmenere another time.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
a big fan.
Maybe the next one we should do from Chile.
I think
Right?
so. Hola, Chile, if you're watching.
That's good.
It's really, really beautiful.
Okay. So now
And sometimes people think they're tired of Chardonnay. You need to try something new to kind of revitalize your interest in that varietal. And I think that will definitely do it.
So it's so interesting. You know, there's the ABC. So if you're a wine person and you may say, oh, anything but Chardonnay. And interestingly, Chardonnay is still the #1 sold varietal in the United States.
Amazing.
So for all they say,
Yes.
somebody's drinking it.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's 'cause it makes beautiful wine.
It's delicious, yes.
Yeah.
It's delicious. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay, so I think we're doing a red for
Yep.
the next one. I'll let you do the honors.
Okay.
So what do we have here?
Quick little rinse. This is the Terroir Hunter, which is from Undurraga, their Carignan.
Okay.
So here, I'll say.
Okay, well, no.
You got it?
No, you got it.
So sorry, I just wanted to do a
It's
little rinse
fine.
before. Okay, so the Carignan is an interesting phenomenon. Here you go. Carignan is found, you know, widely in southern France,
Yes,
in
in
Spain,
Spain.
as Carignana. I know you
Yeah.
lived in Spain,
Mhm.
so you're familiar
Yes.
with it. And it has had a really interesting resurgence in Chile. So down in Maule is where the wine industry began in Chile
Ah,
in
okay.
the 1800s. And they had all these old vines that people just forgot about. And there have been, you know, these interesting winemakers that have gone there and revitalized the production of Carignan. And there is a group of producers called Vigno, which are dedicated to producing old vine, dry farmed Carignan. And dry farmed means no irrigation. The reason why no irrigation is important is it forces the roots to dig deeper, and you get a more concentrated wine. So this, I think, is going to be a really interesting balance of big, bold fruits, but bright acidity.
Okay. Well, the color is just
Right?
stunning. I mean, that rich, lush, kind of deep,
Very rich.
very garnet, really, really pretty. Oh, wow. Really vibrant fruit, but it has an earthiness
Right.
to it that's really gives it great balance.
Yeah.
What vintage is this? What?
No, I think that's 2013.
2013.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So I think this is a great wine for holiday meals where you have a lot of dishes on the table.
Exactly.
Because it has really supple red fruit flavors, but it has that earthy note, like a
Yes.
little mushroom, a little like forest floor, which may sound weird.
No, but that's a good thing.
Yeah, but then that acidity, so it's fresh, it's a bit of a palate cleanser, and prepares you for the next bite of food, so you can go on and try something else.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's all about balance with wine. I think you want that fruit to be there, you want the acidity. The tannins are really soft.
Right.
You're not getting that dry feeling in your mouth. So I agree, this could work with your entire meal.
And you can drink it now. You don't need to age this. You know, I think it's actually probably in its prime right now. It's really showing well.
And if you've never had Carignan or Carignana, it almost reminds me a bit of maybe the Gamay grape in terms of its versatility, kind of juicy but earthy, and just pairs well with the wide variety of foods. So this can work with the roast, like you said, mushrooms, squash dish, just anything.
Yeah.
Really.
So if you have a vegetarian dish, it could be great
Exactly.
with that. But also, I think it would stand up to like even ham.
Yes,
you know?
which can be tricky sometimes, but
Yeah. And so Carignan is sort of, you're seeing more of it coming out of Chile and a range of styles, but consistently you're seeing this balance of bright fruit and really bright acidity.
yeah, I love the way that Chile really, if a grape can be grown, it can grow in Chile, which is fabulous. So you have your
In a nutshell,
right, if it
yes.
can grow, chances are it can grow in Chile and
Yeah.
grow really well.
Yeah, and I say if you love wine, you will find a wine you love in Chile because the diversity just matches, what people are looking for. And it might take you a while to find that perfect one that you love, but I guarantee we have it.
Did we mention the price point on this one?
18 to 22
Lovely.
is the price range for that.
And
yeah.
actually, this bottle is substantial. If
Yes.
you gift this to someone, this feels impressive.
Right?
I
Yeah,
mean,
it
and it's
does.
just all of the bottles have really beautiful, elegant designs. I mean, because so many consumers, that's what catches their eye.
You know it. I mean, how often have you bought a wine based on the
Yes,
label?
absolutely.
You know, I do it all the time. And I always, think if you're bringing a wine to a dinner party and you don't know it, you want to bring something that looks interesting and beautiful.
So true.
This series from Undurraga called TH stands for Terroir Hunter, and it is their quest to find the best terroir matched to the best varietals. So they have a series of different varietal wines under the TH label: Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Noir, Cabernet, Carmenere. So if you go and you look for TH and you don't see the Carignan, try one of their other varietals. They're also beautiful.
I think for anyone who might just be tuning in, let's just do a quick recap.
Yeah.
So we started off with the Sparkling Pais,
Yep.
which
you
is a
have here.
rosé.
It's your beautiful pink one. And then we did the Santa Carolina Chardonnay, which is this is a Reserva de Familia from Lee Marie. And I think, a great entree wine, and just as a great appetizer in terms of welcoming people. And then your piece de résistance.
Yes.
Right? We've got the Terroir Hunter Carignan.
No, it's a beautiful lineup, and really just such a tiny portion of what is available in terms of the diversity of wines that you can find from Chile. But I think a great starting point for
Yeah.
someone who maybe this week has been so busy shopping, getting ready. It's like, I didn't get the wine.
You know that's the case, right? I mean,
Mom, I'm talking to you.
I don't even have my wine. I've got 20 people
Don't
coming
worry,
over.
Mom, I'm bringing
right?
a wine. But yes.
But that's such a good point, because you've got the house decorated.
Yes.
You've got the Christmas presents. They're not wrapped yet, so you're going to need a bottle when you wrap them. And then you've got the people coming over. And I would say, if you're worried about getting the right wines, just buy a Chilean wine. It will go with everything.
And I always say, Santa's tired of milk and cookies. Leave him some wine if you want an upgrade to your present. And if you've been naughty, have 2 glasses of wine. If you've been good, you can have 1.
Yes, I have to remember to tell my daughter that.
Absolutely. Well, this has been delightful. Is there anything else you'd like to share about wines of Chile?
Well, I just think people should come and visit Chile. It's an incredible, beautiful country. You don't even have to leave Santiago to visit wineries. You can hop on the subway and get to
Seriously?
wine. Yes! There's no other wine-producing country on the planet that's like Chile.
That is
so
amazing.
If you want to visit high-end, amazing, gorgeous wineries, we have those. If you want to do something that's low-key, you can do bike tours through wineries. There's amazing food and wine. And it's an overnight flight. So it's like getting on a hotel, taking a little flight, and then, landing. And you'll be well taken care of by the entire industry. And we welcome you with open arms.
Well, thank you so much. This has been a great tasting experience and education. And happy
Yes.
holidays.
Cheers. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you. Felices fiestas. And thank you for watching.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Cheers.